a martini production.
To Carpool Collecting. Let's get moving. Hey everyone, John the Everyday Collector here, and welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to do a quick carpool collecting this evening, and I was going to give my thoughts on the whole Toys Wonderland issue that's been happening over the past week, and over the last couple of years, to be honest, because this isn't anything surprising. But I wanted to take a different perspective, because all the YouTubers have been talking about it. They're tackling this more from he said, she said, to how this affects the community and how the community should look at this. So that's the kind of perspective that I want to give in my video, is what we can learn from this whole experience. So you know the story. Every channel's discussed it. The relationship between Toys Wonderland and Justin's Collection, who was a YouTuber with a massive following and worked closely with Toys Wonderland. I recommend you checking out his channel, Justin's Collection. He put out a video explaining the relationship they had and so forth. I have my own thoughts on the business practices that were done there and the whole YouTube morality between the relationship they had, and I'll mention it briefly. But what I really wanted to focus on this evening was the discussion that this is a perfect example that when you're watching YouTubers, use a YouTuber's content as a tool, right? Don't necessarily make decisions on your collection, purchasing decisions, or whatever other advice YouTubers are giving. Take it with a grain of salt. Use it as a tool to help build your knowledge and give you a different perspective. YouTubers' opinions should be used as a tool to give you a different perspective. Not set in stone. Not set in stone. So if someone's recommending you to purchase a product from someone, do your own due diligence. Just because they're recommending, you don't necessarily have to, okay, Jonathan's recommending this person, I have to buy from this person. Do your homework. Reach out to people in the community. There's so many good people in this community that you can reach out to and say, hey, what do you think about this company? Or what do you think about, and get a different opinion. You don't necessarily need to take everything a YouTuber says to heart and to do what they say. They have to be used as a tool, because there's so many people out there that, in my opinion, stream irresponsibly and put out content that's irresponsible, and it brings a negative energy to the hobby. And there's nothing you can do about it, but you have to, like I said, take everything with a grain of salt and educate yourself. Educating yourself is the number one thing you can do. A lot of great content creators as well. Again, you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. I can recommend people you can reach out to. And the community is full. There's forums, there's Facebook pages. You can make a public post asking, hey, what do you think about this company? I heard this YouTuber discussing this company. What do you think about it? Is it trusted? And so forth. Do your homework. Because this whole Toys Wonderland issue, I don't want to see this happening again in the community. I think it's a mess. Collectors have been experiencing horrible customer service from them over the last few years. It's been shrugged off, right? You have YouTubers who shrugged it off to help them grow their own YouTube channel, recommended them, received free figures from them, and then now it's, they want to disassociate themselves from the company, and it's just like, well, I'm going to brush off my shoulder after I've built a YouTube channel that I have and a following. You build such a large YouTube channel, there's people that look up to you for your content and take what you say to heart. If you're recommending a company, they're going to go with that company. But how can you recommend a company that and you're listening to you hear in the community that is giving collectors poor experiences and ripping them off in certain cases and not responding to them, and they're leaving them with poor experiences, poor collecting experiences. How can you continue to recommend this company after years of these stories being shared, and then expect sympathy and understanding from collectors when, you know, the kitchen gets really hot and you want to leave? You can't. You didn't leave when it was important, and the people that your viewers needed you to leave, you didn't step away. So it's very difficult to be sympathetic in situations like that. So I don't want to get into the whole drama. Again, that's my thoughts. I think morally, if I'm put in a situation where I'm recommending a company for products that I'm receiving, morally for me, if I hear collectors bringing concerns about the company and I'm recommending the company, you know, I'm going to step back and say, hey, is this true? What's going on? That's how I work. That's how I operate. And I don't know any of the background stuff that's happened, but I know that I've always heard Toys Wonderland, and if you hear that, you run. And streamers always recommending Toys Wonderland. Certain streamers recommending Toys Wonderland in their videos, recommending them, saying that they purchased it from them. There's an affiliation, they got discounts and so forth. For me, if I was a new collector coming in and I saw, you know, I saw this video, wow, great reviews, I'm recommending this company, I'm gonna, you know, dabble in the company and take a look. And then the new collector gets stung. Right? It's not like this is news, that this is, Toys Wonderland has just now started poor customer service. This has been going on for years. So nonetheless, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of blaming certain people and things should have been done differently, because it happened and there's nothing now that could be done differently. What needs to be opened, the eyes that need to be open is for collectors who are viewing this content, whether I recommend someone, whether Bob recommends someone, Jimmy down the street recommends someone on their YouTube channel, just do your homework, have your own due diligence, and reach out to others and do a background check. Yeah, you might think, John, what are you, nuts? I don't have time to do all this. But it might save you some time. Because if I want to recommend this person, people are going to just recommend. It's your money. This person's getting the free figure to review, and you're going to spend your money on the figure from this company. If you have a poor experience, what does the person care if you're spending your money and they're getting it for free to review or heavily discounted day one? So that's why you got to do your homework and do your due diligence. That's the perspective I wanted to bring from this, is to do your point and to just not go and purchase, but do your homework. Because at the end of the day, really, in this community, if you do a little research, Toys Wonderland, within the community, the 6-scale groups on Facebook and so forth, you're going to hear just negativity. And I understand, and that's why I say morally it becomes an issue, is because not everybody's involved in Facebook and Instagram. So that's another thing. When watching a YouTube channel and they're recommending a company that's being dragged through the dirt within the community, you're recommending them. For those people that aren't exposed to the Facebook and Instagram world, how are they to know? They're going to take your word for it. And that's where the morality card comes in. But again, not everybody can be like me and have that thought process. So regardless, Toys Wonderland now, it's been years since this bad surface has been going on, and they really haven't come out and made any public announcements. Now that this major YouTuber is separating from them, they decide to put out a whole video and all this verbatim stating that they want to improve and they haven't been keeping their end of the bargain, and that their focus moving forward is going to be to be the best they can be. Look, talk is cheap, right? I don't want to hear, it's almost like it's a little too late. I don't want to hear you telling this to the community now. This should have happened 3 years ago, right? So talk is cheap. Start showing the community how you're going to be making a difference. Because until then, until I start seeing this company doing well, rectifying the issues that they've had in the community, I wouldn't spend a penny with them, right? So I'll leave you guys with this. Like I said, I wanted to do this from a different perspective. I didn't want to spend too much time on this because it's been beaten. And YouTubers bashing each other because this supports that and that person supports this. Guys, get over yourselves, guys. Get over yourselves. The focus should be the hobby, because stuff like this, it happens. It's not only in the 6-scale community, it happens in a statue community, comic community. People recommend companies where their customer service is not where it should be. How do you recommend a company to someone when the customer service is not where it should be? And you hear the stories within the community. I think for me, that's nuts. But everyone's different. You can't control everyone. All you can do is educate people. Do your due diligence. Very easy to recommend someone, but do your due diligence. Experiences that these companies have had, and other collectors have had, it's like when you go on Google and you type in whatever, you're gonna go get a haircut. You type in the haircutting place, tells you how many stars, or a restaurant, how many stars. Are you gonna go buy from? Are you gonna go eat at a restaurant that has 3 stars out of 10? I know I'm not. So it should be the same thing. You hear this negativity, don't buy. You don't buy from them, and if you do, then you're taking the risk, right? I think the problem is a lot of things play into it. The access to the social media, even FOMO plays into it. Oh, I don't want to miss out. I better order. Oh, I'm gonna get my figure first. False advert. Don't fall for that stuff, guys. If you're a new collector, 10-year collector, whatever, if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help. I have the Everyday Collector group that you can post there asking for feedback from retailers, resellers, whatever. And you can check out the Everyday Collector group on Facebook. I put the actual post that Toys Wonderland shared in regards to their promise to be better. Look, at the end of the day, they're the ones that will lay in the bed that they've made. It's just our job to do due diligence. All right, I'll leave it, guys, with that. This was a quick one. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they can dig themselves out of this. But in regards to the segregation of the community and these YouTube channels teaming up and going this way and that way and not being a community, I think it's a crock of bullshit. If everybody works together and tries to work towards positive experiences and positive feedback, everybody will be happy. The focus should be on collecting, not who your friends are. I've never seen. It's crazy. But anyways, I'm not going to go on a tangent. I got home, so carpool collecting's over. Until next time, guys, be safe. Happy collecting. Keep an eye on the channel. A huge thanks. We hit 800 subscribers. Appreciate the support. It means a lot. It really means a lot. We got Collectors Club on Friday, where we discuss statues, and Speaker's Corner will be dropping this week with Terry, aka Gotham Cinnabites. So be sure to check that out. Appreciate you guys joining me on the drive. We reached the destination. Until next time, happy collecting, and always remember to collect responsibly.